It's not a devil fruit or some cheap trick. One by one, he turns the people around him into his allies. More than anyone else sailing the seas, that man possesses the most terrifying power. Damn, did that sound cool? Anyways, Luffy has been slowly making the entire world trust him, and in every arc, it seems like he makes more and more allies. But why does everyone trust him? I mean, this is the guy hundreds of people put their trust in, so today, let's delve into why everyone trusts him. But first, let's talk about why you should trust me and subscribe to this channel. I'm a well-educated man. I have a PhD in zootology, and my teachers and my family call me a clown, so I'm pretty funny. In other words, I'm like basically the ideal One Piece dude. One Piece dude? What is a One Piece dude? Man, I fucked that up so badly. Luffy's ability to make the entire world trust him has been on display since chapter 1, when Shanks put his trust in Luffy and gave him the hat. Ever since then, more and more people have only similarly trusted Luffy, from Kobe trusting him to save him from Alvida, to Zoro putting his blind faith in Luffy and becoming a pirate. So why exactly does this happen? Well, firstly, I think a really important reason that this keeps happening is because Luffy is so goal-oriented. He's so focused on his dream that it makes other people want to believe in him as well. Take Kobe, for example. When Luffy proudly declared that he would become the king of pirates, it inspired Kobe to yell out his dream of becoming an admiral. Luffy never gives up on his goal, which encourages others to do the same with theirs. Others use Luffy's undying determination and hope to fuel their own determination and drive towards achieving their own goals, which makes Luffy a great person to stick by. He constantly will motivate you to push forward, which is why people tend to follow him. The best example of this is during the war, where we actually got the quote from Mihawk in the first place. During Marineford, Luffy's resolve to bring Ace back safely was a great reason why the Whitebeard pirates backed him up. Hell, even the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, believe in him, which truly shows the power his determination has. In the war, Luffy was charging in head first, screaming that he'd bring Ace back, which drove him to do insane things, such as taking on 3 admirals at once. Seeing someone do so many crazy things that most people wouldn't even imagine doing made Whitebeard himself recognize Luffy as powerful. Another reason why Luffy is so easy to be around is that he tends to protect those around him. Take the Straw Hats, for example. Each and every single one of them have been protected by him in some way, whether it be acting as an emotional support for them, or just straight up stopping someone from killing them. By being next to Luffy, you're almost guaranteed to be safe due to his love for his friends, which also makes people want to stick to him. He goes to insane lengths for his friends, which encourages people to continue to be there with him. I mean, half of this show, or maybe more, is just Luffy fighting bad guys for friends, so it makes sense that he has a lot of friends. After all, the One Piece is the friends we made along the way. Regardless, being his friend means that you will be safe, and having someone to always rely on is really appealing. Another thing that makes Luffy so goddamn trustworthy is that, well, he's stupid. He says whatever comes to his mind, and he is as easy to read as this SBS volume. This volume was very easy to read. The fuck does this even mean? What I'm trying to say before I went on the Zoro's chest tangent is that in a world full of backstabbing and brutal murder, constant scheming, and you barely know who to trust, and they could be working under a Yonko or the government agent, and almost everyone in the world is out to kill you in this winner-takes-all society, there's Luffy. Luffy's simple, he says what he thinks, and he's basically a guarantee not to betray you. Take Law and Kid, for example. They're Luffy's allies, but they're much less approachable than Luffy. Law seems like he's constantly scheming. He's a genius who carefully calculates his way through this world, and at any time he seems like he could betray you, which is in stark contrast to the open book nature of Luffy. And then there's Kid, who's, well, he's Kid. That's really all the reason you need to ally with him. Luffy's inability to think makes him all the more lovable because he's guaranteed not to betray you, and you don't even have to worry about his stupidity killing you because, well, Nami's there to babysit him. Continuing on though, another reason why Luffy's so lovable is because he's bizarre. Dude, this entire video sounds like I'm shitting on him. Listen, his dream is absolutely whack. He acts like a child and he laughs and eats a shit ton. To truly understand this, I need you guys to think about your own life. Do you have a friend who's absolutely batshit crazy but you still love them? Yeah, that's Luffy to the people of the world in One Piece. He's a weird little guy who naturally draws people towards him because of his weird nature. His dream is so unbelievably large that even saying it aloud seems silly, but he boasts it proudly, which inspires others to follow their own insane dreams. Watching someone slowly work towards their dream only inspires you to do the same, especially if they're as weird as Luffy. Luffy's personality is just lovable. He instills hope and confidence in you, and he's just fun to be around. It's the same reason why us as viewers are so drawn towards Luffy. There's a reason his personality is so lovable and why he's one of our favorite characters in the show, and for those very same reasons, the people in One Piece are drawn to him. Another reason he's so lovable is because of his relentless optimism. He never stops smiling and laughing, and it makes people around him do the same. Being next to him lifts your spirit in general, and being his friend means that you can have free access to a constant happiness, which is needed. In the world of pirates that is full of dark and horrible things, having a ball of optimism and hope is direly needed, and well, there's Luffy. His unrelenting freedom and happiness makes you feel free and happy as well, and it's what makes people drawn to him. He isn't like other pirates who are solely focused on treasure. Luffy's in it for the adventure, which innately makes him more fun to be around. Finally, I think another reason why people are drawn to Luffy is that he's good. Listen, I know in One Piece the concept of good and evil are as warped as whatever was happening in Foxy's brain, but Luffy is still a good guy. He stops tyrants in kingdom he visits and makes sure to protect the weaker citizens. While most of the world still views him as evil because, you know, he punched a celestial dragon and he ruined a government base, the countries he has directly visited and impacted are different. They recognize his goodness and they realize that he is a kind person. Luffy isn't like the other pirates or even the Marines. He just does what makes him happy, and that often ends up making others happy. He can't stand by and watch a person pick on people weaker than him. This has been the case since he was young. He's just a good guy. Yeah, that's it. He's just chill. That's it. That's this entire reason. Overall, though, this is undeniably the strongest power in the world. I mean, over time, Luffy can probably get an entire ass army to be at his side just by snapping his fingers, which makes him that much more powerful. You know those videos that are like, if Luffy was going to be executed, and then you see half the world show up for his execution? Well, yeah, it's because of his power. He's made thousands of allies from various kingdoms and armies, and it's what makes him so goddamn special. I mean, he got one of the most loyal commanders in Katakuri to join his side through a singular battle, which shows how undeniably special he is. And to wrap it all up, here's a list of all the allies Luffy has made throughout the show. The Kingdom of Alabasta, the Kingdom of Drum Island, Dory and Bragi, which basically means the Elbaf Giants, the remainder of the Roger Pirates through Whaley, Shanks and his crew, the Fishmen, the Water 7 Kingdom, the Sky Folk, but they're in the sky, so they're not going to be much help if anything happens. The remainder of the Whitebeard Pirates, the Kingdom of Dressrosa, the Minx, the Samurai, probably more. Let me know if I missed anyone, but damn, he's crazy. Overall though, that's it for me. Thank you.